It was the first day of winter when we started our ride. With the four-wheel drive Nissan of John Watts and Harry Twyford mounted on his Suzuki, we started on the first leg of a fun run to Birdsville. It was a cold ride to Mildura, but once on the Silver City Highway, the blue skies and warm sunshine gave hint of the pleasant weather ahead. At Broken Hill, we joined with two more four-wheel drive Toyotas and more motorcycles to make their number now up to 14. Lunch was taken sometimes in the middle of the quiet track, for now we travelled north along the border fence. Punches, which were to dog the party throughout the trip, now first became evident. Deep, sandy trails gave the riders some interest. Soon they learned the knack of this type of riding and became proficient at the art. Fun run it was, and riders forsook the smooth trails for the deep sand of the border fence track. At Cameron's Corner, the state line, a visitor's book is kept in a weatherproof case. Most of the party took time to sign their names in the book and study those of the previous visitors. The map is studied to decide on the day's run. The decision is made that gas fields at Moomba will be visited, but first the Strzelecki track. a double-decker bus out here. In a clump of green trees, bore water supplied by an active windmill. Someone's home, but now deserted. The junction of the tracks, and now a fast run to Moomba, is too much for the lean running Yamaha of Jack Casey, and it burned a hole in the piston. Harry builds a memorial and the rest wait. On the arrival of Brian's Toyota, the motorcycle is put on the front of the four-wheel drive and they proceed to Moomba. This natural gas project supplies gas to the whole of South Australia and Sydney. Superintendent Jack Herron, a motorcyclist himself, gave us the VIP tour of the plant. He had a host of facts and figures stored in his memory. Out of the ground, he said, comes over 1 million cubic metres of gas per day. To purify and control this gas is the purpose of this project. The regenerating towers stand tall, impressive, against the blue sky. Towers at rear burn waste gas, also act as exhaust safety valves in case of a malfunction in the plant. The first morning at EMMCC, some took time for an early bath and all the peculiar antics that go with it. Others did maintenance on their bikes, like a top overhaul, ye gods. Some spent their time preening themselves. EMMCC to Birdsville, red sandy country offered magnificent trail riding, but the tyre trouble still persisted. Cordillo Downs Station. Here they boast the longest shearing shed in the world, but for us it was a routine fueling stop. Leaving this homestead brought the red gibber roads of the Sturt Stony Desert. It was a big country now, and flat all the way to the horizon. At Birdsville, the local policeman gave a conducted tour of the town. PC Gordon Thomas drove his Toyota to the famed Birdsville racetrack. Here, on his invitation, riders tried themselves out on the 2-kilometre flat track. Leaving the racecourse, the party rode along the banks of the Diamantina River. At the sheep wash, they surveyed the muddy waters, fringed by the few trees that grow through this arid country. Here Harry decides it's too cool for swimming, but still manages to do his disrobing act. Gordon led across rocky plains to his favourite sandhills. Here, he said, see if you can ride up these. Well, at least better than I. Our riders obliged him. Rounding the Birdsville Hotel and into the main street, led across to the caravan park and our camp. I hope you are well, having a wonderful time. Southward now, along the Birdsville track, and a halt is made at the hot water bore. At the homestead, a petrol stop. The owners were away, but a drum of petrol was left out for the party, who spent some time checking out this large station homestead. or 300 more kilometres of track. The shadows grew longer, and now it's time to pitch camp for the night. Sunday morning at Lee Creek, this neat mining town provided warm beds with sheets in these miners' barracks. The previous day's rain had made the red clay roads to Arkaroola soft and treacherous. Glorious mountain scenery now filled the countryside with great interest. On entering the caravan park, we found this bird, Mr. Emu. He was sure glad to see us and the food we brought. An early morning start did not avail us much, for soon another puncher showed its ugly flat. By now, tyres were wearing alarmingly, and they started to wonder about the spares we'd brought. mountainous country took on a glorious aspect in the afternoon sunshine. Some of the most beautiful gorges in the Flinders Ranges were now unveiled to us. Ignition trouble in one of the four-wheel drives caused a sudden stoppage. A heavily breathed vice soon had it mobile. The following morning, Wilpena Pound was reached. Some took a plane trip, which was quite safe, as Harry had prayed for it that way. Wilpena to Broken Hill was via Curnamona and Calaberty Homestead. Here, owners and stockmen were most hospitable and showed members of the party many features of interest on their properties. A telephone box in the middle of nowhere, what better place to have one, though it had been vandalised by car drivers. Eric talks to the stockman of his life in the district and his dog. Riders cross the railway line at Mingari and head for Broken Hill on the bitumen. Now, for perhaps the first time in 14 days, there would be no dust on the wheels.
Of any more